here we are today. We've got the GTX 970 and we're going to replace the fan blades on it, because you can see here two of the blades are missing, so we're going to fix that, just because when it gets up to speed it starts heating the shroud. Know that it's reducing the efficiency of the cooler, so let's get started. As you can see here, there's the replacement parts, both MSI brand. Obviously the colour's a little bit different, but that's not going to matter, so it does match, so that's all that matters. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take these screws off just here, just undo these. There's 4 of them in the top here, so I'll just put them up there. It helps if you've got a magnetic screwdriver to get these out. There. They are quite small, so make sure you don't lose them. If it makes it easy, you can break off some of these, more of these fins, because let's face it, this fan assembly is going in the bin anyway, so it's not going to hurt. So just undo those, and let's probably spin that around, that'll help, and put it just there. Okay, so then what we do then is, if you look on the top here, okay, so in the top here we've got these parts here that hold the cable down. Okay, so you've got one there, and there's also one hidden just up underneath here. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera. Okay, so what we need to do is just gently pry that up, and it helps if you've got some small long nose pliers there, and just move it up out of the way as you're doing so. And this cable here, that's to illuminate the light on the top, so make sure you don't damage that one. That can stay plugged in, so just loosen him off a little bit, and the other one down here, just loosen this one here off a little bit too, and spin him up a little bit, up out of the way, so that way you can get the cable out. Okay, and then also to here on the end, that's where it's plugged into the board. So we're going to need to unplug that and then route it round. So there's a little clip underneath there, so it should just pull free. May take a little bit of manipulation. Just twist a little bit. Okay, so you see there it's out, and then just along the top here, so this is where we just work it back. What we do then is release the shroud, so the shroud comes off like so, and it'll flip back. Okay, so that way it exposes all along here. If you can see that, exposes all the way along here, and it's just a matter of going along, working along, and pulling it out. So we'll just do that now. So, and this one here, just down underneath. If it's not enough, just get some pliers and pull it up a bit more, and then just work it through there. It's quite tight, so we might just move that just a little bit with the pliers, just to help him out. Alright, so that's out now. So what we need to do next, and let's put that back there, is we're going to undo these screws here. So these ones here hold the fans onto the heatsink. So it's just a matter of undoing these. You can see that there's 3 of them there. There's a magnet there, pulled that one out. This one here is still in there, there it is. Okay, so you want to keep these ones separate from the other part, just because they are slightly smaller. So just so you know what goes where. Put that one there. So that one there is off. Completely off, and now we're going to do this one here. So and lucky last is this one just in here. Like so. Okay, so now that comes free. So we'll put that off to the side. We don't need that anymore, that one. And now we've got a nice new one. Okay, so here it is here. So just need to make sure that this is assembled around the correct way. Okay, so you want, so as you can see here, the Y, if you can see a Y there, that needs to be on the left. Okay, or as you're looking at it this way, it's on my left. So that way the cable can reach around and go and plug into the port down the bottom there. Okay, so we'll just start with this one here first, working backwards. So from my right, walking through to my left. Okay, so we'll start with the screws. We just the reverse of what we did before. So we'll put the screws just in here. Now these graphics cards, they're a little bit older than these days. However, they're still very capable of playing modern games. A little bit on lower settings, obviously. They don't have the same horsepower as the new cards that are out on the market. However, you can certainly pick them up quite cheaply. Here in Australia, they retail for around about $50 second hand. So if you can snavel one up, that's great. So now spin that round. So they'll line them up the holes. That goes in there. Do them up firmly. Don't over tighten them, but just firm so they don't come loose. And it's just a matter of spinning the fan slightly so you can see it. And just pop them in there, like so. Okay. Now once we've done that, it's just a matter of doing the reverse, tucking them back through there, and you can bend that back just to help hold it in there again. So just like I said, it's the reverse of taking it apart pretty much. Let's pop them back under there. Okay, and then we can push that back down with the pliers. Obviously be careful don't to damage the cable at all. And then this one here, we'll pop him like so, and let's put the screws in that one too. Once you get your first one lined up, you're generally okay in that. Like I said, snug, but not over tight. And definitely helps though, these tiny little screws, definitely helps having a magnetic screwdriver. So if you don't have one and you're trying to do this, I strongly advise you to go and get one. So now we've got one in, it's just a matter of pivoting it around so the second hole lines up, and provided you've got that second hole lined up, you can get them all in. So that one there's in there too, and lucky last on here is just in there. So as you're doing this, just make sure that you don't damage the new one, because you don't want to have the same problem as what I had with the old one. No doubt you're replacing these because it's got a broken fan blade or something on it. So what we need to do now is tuck that through there. Okay. So the reason we're doing that is because it needs to go down below. Okay. So we'll slop that in there. Slot that in there like so, and bring that around. So if you can see what I'm doing there on the camera. Goes around like so, tuck that underneath there, tuck that one underneath there, and just push him back down gently. Okay, so once you've done that, we'll spin this back round and we'll put the shroud back on first. So it's just a matter of being gentle with it, but also firm enough to slide him in. So that's how I start, is I start on the top here and then just work it in, and so it sits there like so. Okay, so now I'll start putting the screws back in, and then after we do this, we'll put the plug back in like last. Just give it a spin, just to make sure they're fine. Now, on this side here, it's just a matter of doing the reverse. And so the thing to note here is that you notice this one here, this plug here, is smaller than the old one, okay? And the cable that's missing on it is the earth cable, okay? So we don't need that. So what we do is we just push it into the top 4. So when I say the top, I mean towards where it says MSI up here. So in those 4 pins, because it is a 6-pin plug, and just push that down in there, okay? So slide that down there. You may need somebody that has to help push it down, just to tuck it around. Just be careful though, because you don't want to go damaging the cable. Okay, and what we do now is we push this down. What I like to use is a plastic pry tool. So if you haven't got one of these, I strongly recommend. But you can pick them up quite cheaply off eBay and that sort of thing. So push them down in there. You can see that there, plastic. And just push it down and push them down on the other one too. And once that's in there, you can see that's in there now. And that's all good to go. So as you can see, brand new fan. And yeah.